do my mic. Well, welcome, fans. Welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. I did this last week, too. I forgot to turn my mic on. Okay, so hopefully you can hear what's going on. And it's always a lot of fun being here. It's March 13th. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And I do apologize. I didn't have my mic on. So to start again, we got a jam-packed show. We're going to be talking about high school sports. I'm going to give you a lowdown on what's going on in college sports, the professional sports that relate to the Savannah area. We'll finish up talking about what's happening on the Soundgarden stage. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to start off first with what's going on. That's step number one in the door, local sports news, local rankings, and all that other stuff. Then segment number two, we're going to have two guys on from the Savannah High basketball state championship team. We'll have the head man, George Brown. He was on last week previewing the championship. This week he's on with the MVP and this week's Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic senior, Chance Hendricks. Off that epic title run, that comeback, unbelievable. Then we're going to be joined in segment number three. We're going to be joined by the voice of Georgia high school basketball. I call John Nelson the cute sports guy, okay, from GPS. I call him the voice of high school football. Well, we're going to have the voice of high school basketball with Kyle Sandy on about 7:30. So get ready, buckle up. It's going to be a great show. So let's go step one in the door. Let's talk about high school sports. And the Savannah High boys basketball team clinched the Class A Division II state championship last week on March 7th, marking their first title since 1998. Of course, the OG, the Mr. 500 man, Tim Jordan was the coach back then. They beat Berkman. I remember it vividly. Okay. What a great title. I mean, they were down. They didn't take the lead to 117 left in the game when Mr. Chance Hendricks, the MVP, hit that three-pointer to put him up, and it was just unbelievable. And just to do a little research here, okay? So just a little historical content. Savannah High has a rich history in basketball in the state of Georgia. We're going to go dating back to multiple state titles. They had the state title from 1930, 31, 32, and 33. In 32, they won two titles. Back-to-back weeks, they took the Georgia Independent Athletic Association, and then they took the Georgia High School State Association. So they got 13 titles on record. Then 4 years later, 1941, 1946, 1947, then not till 1974 and 1976, then 1988, and now the year 2025. What a historic achievement. Most titles, basketball titles in the state of Georgia. You got to give them some love. We'll be talking to them in about 10 minutes, so hang in there. All right. Baseball rankings, soccer rankings. I searched high and low. Okay. We only have three teams ranked in baseball. In 3A, Calvary is ranked number 8. In 5A, Effingham County is number 9. They only got one loss on the season. And South Effingham is number 10. In soccer, I couldn't believe this. Usually we have 5 teams at least ranked in soccer. Well, we only have one. Islands High School boys soccer team, okay? All right, step number 2, we're going to talk college, okay? Georgia Bulldogs stayed up last night to watch it. Lost 81-75 in the Southeast Conference tournament. Now they await to see if they make it into the NCAA tournament. They'll be finding out Sunday. They'll be on the bubble. But Oklahoma went on a 16-0 run, something like that, to pull ahead of the Bulldogs to beat them. Georgia Tech lost a heartbreaker today to Duke. Duke's best player went out. They wound up losing 78-70. Savannah State clinched the SEAC tournament title in a dramatic 67-60 win over Tuskegee. Javante Landy secured the victory at a last-second free throw. They earned an NCAA Division II tournament bid and will face number 1 in the Southeast region, Nova Southeastern, on Sunday in Florida. Okay, so it's going to be Cleveland Thompson. I always get his name wrong. I apologize, Coach, but what a job he's done. I think since he took over the team is 13-5. They've won 8 straight, if I'm not mistaken. Great job, Coach. All right, Savannah State women's basketball team lost in the quarterfinals. Savannah State baseball's won 6 in a row. They've taken 2 series. They beat Kentucky State last week on the weekend, then they beat Albany State. They'll be playing home this weekend. Check it out against Benedict. Doubleheader Saturday, single game on Sunday. SCAD men's and women's teams qualified for the National Bowling Tournament. Women's lacrosse 7-0. They beat the number 2 team, Cumberland's last, I think, Wednesday, or sorry, we were on Wednesday, so last Thursday or Friday, 18-11, and Sunday they came back and beat Lincoln Memorial in overtime, 14-13. All right, professional sports. They're projecting the Braves lineup. I mean, we'll have Michael Harris, Ozzie Albies, Austin Riley, Matt Olson, Marcell Ozuna. Who's doing the catching? I don't know. We got Jared Klinick in right field, or Brian De La Cruz. Profar, who came over from the Chargers, from the Padres, he'll be in left field. Of course, Arcia at shortstop, and Drake Baldwin would be the catcher because Murphy's out. So I don't know what's going on. It's going to be pretty interesting what happens there. Of course, we got a starting rotation: Chris Sale, Ronaldo Lopez, Spencer Schwallenbach. I love that. Ian Anderson, Grant Holmes, because Spencer Strider's not ready yet. So it's going to be pretty interesting what they put on the table in about a week and a half. Hawks, 4 in a row. Okay, they're 9th in the Eastern Conference. That means they're sitting on the bubble. They're not in. Okay, they beat the 76ers on the 11th, 132-123. Was behind Dyson Daniels, 25 points. They won last night over the Charlotte Hornets. Trae Young came back 35 points, and he made 21 out of 21 free throws. So pretty impressive, okay? PGA Tour, Brian Harmon finished 12th at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. He started the Players' Championship today. He's tied for 84th at 1 over. Tim O'Neill and Gene Sowers on the PGA Champions Tour are off. Savannah Ghost Pirates now, their current record is 25-28-5, sitting 6th in the South Division. They have to move up to the 4th place spot to make the playoffs. So we got about 2 weeks left. The next 2 games, tomorrow and Saturday against the Florida Everblades at the Enmarket Arena. Savannah Bananas, 12 games in. They're 8-4 against the Party Animals. Last weekend, they were home in Savannah. This weekend, they go down to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right? So that starts, I think that'll be Saturday and Sunday. So pretty special in an NFL stadium again. All right? Last part, because I know I got to get out of here. I got my guests waiting. I said I'd be out of here in 10 minutes. I got a minute to go. On the Soundgarden stage, the Soundgarden Concert Series, the Coaches Corner Soundgarden Concert Series, March 22nd. Nothing this week because it's St. Patty's Day weekend. So next weekend, Departure. You love the Journey? You love Journey? Yeah, we'll take the Journey. You love Journey? Come check it out. We'll have the Departure, the Journey Tribute Band next Saturday, the 22nd. Then on the 29th, we got Planet Duran and Fame, Duran Duran and David Bowie tribute bands. All right. Go across the parking lot. You're looking to have a fun night? Check out Thunderbolt Indoor Golf and Games next to Coach's Corner. 2 golf simulators. You can play anywhere in the world, any golf course you want, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Check it out. Go to indoorgolfandgames.com, and you can find out the scenario, what's going on with that new establishment there on the Coach's Corner's campus, as I called it, on Victory Drive in Thunderbolt. All right. So big show tonight. Coming up next, we're going to talk to the man himself, George Brown, the head coach from Savannah High, and the MVP, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, also from Savannah High, Chance Hendricks. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Be back in 3 minutes with my guest. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden, now with more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day. Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary Day School, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ at Calvary Day School. We would consider it a privilege to meet with you and your family personally. Call Alicia Bain, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299. Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room, if you can. At the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Weatherington at the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And what's up, sports fans? Welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. This is a favorite segment for me. We got our Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. We got the coach of the year, if you ask me. But like I said, you also can make comments. I like to give out a big shout out to the OG, the producer of Rubbin' and Grubbin' on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, Lawrence Bennett. Lawrence, always check it in. Yes, Lawrence, go Braves. We don't know what the lineup's going to be. And we have a new addition to what's going on in the Soundgarden this Saturday night. I didn't know it. We got the Country Gentlemen Bluegrass Band. They're playing at 7 p.m. in the Soundgarden. Okay, so that wasn't on my concert list, so you got it right there. So we're ready to go. All right, so first of all, I talked about this guy last week, okay? He's a stellar young man. He's doing a great job over there at Savannah High. I mean, he's only been there 2 years, leads them to back-to-back championship games, wins the state title this year. I mean, Coach Brown cemented his place in this program, the legendary program built by so many great coaches over there, 13 state titles, and, I'm excited to have him on. And then on top of it, we're going to bring in the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, okay? I mean, you want to talk about Mr. Clutch? This guy delivered 17 points, 8 rebounds, and the game-changing three-pointer with about 1:17 left in the game. He played a pivotal role in bringing Savannah High to its first title since 1998. We're going to hear from him what it was like being part of that championship game. So joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat is the head coach from Savannah High, Mr. George Brown, and, of course, the MVP of the game, senior Chance Hendricks. What's up, guys? How's it going?
What's going
What's
on,
up, Mr. Rossi? How you doing, Coach?
Hey, Coach, we're making this a habit. Back-to-back weeks, just like back-to-back championship games.
Yeah, man. I feel good about it too, man. Got to make it a thing.
And Chance, once again, I watched that from my house on the couch, and I never doubted that Savannah High. And Coach will tell you, I'm an old guy like Coach Jordan, and I coached against Coach Jordan, and same kind of philosophy. Offense wins games, but defense wins championships. You guys brought back that Savannah High Blue Jacket defense there at the end of the game. Just a special moment, and congratulations for being the most valuable player.
Thank you.
You deserved it, buddy. All right, so let's kick it off with the young guy, or the YG, I guess they call it. I don't know what the term is they give to young guys, Coach. But, Coach, with 5:03 left in the game on the clock, you're down 12. What was your message to this group of young Blue Jackets during that crucial stretch that you came back and just kicked the pressure up, and McIntosh County played great, but they just couldn't handle that final 5 minutes?
Well, I can't tell everybody exactly what I said for various reasons, but I can tell you one thing that stood out that I remembered that I said. I actually ended up slamming the clipboard out for the whole game. My biggest thing was just trying to stay calm and trying to stay poised. Just because, like I said, those kids are a reflection of you. So I feel like the minute that I tried to really show it, it could have went one or the other way. Like I said, we were really losing the whole game, to be honest with you. So I didn't want to make it worse. I knew that we were gonna throw a couple of punches back and come back into the game. It was just a matter of when. And then once I threw the clipboard down, I just saw their eyes get bigger. I'm like, okay, we're up now. They kind of woke up. So then I said some choice things, and then just our whole motto leading up into the state championship, and just before that, if it comes down to me and you, it got to be me. So that's one of the things that I said, man. I said it got to be us. I said there's no tomorrows. It got to be us. And then I told those guys, I'm gonna look at you guys a little differently if you guys don't do what we set out to do. That means that I failed you and we failed you guys as men. You know what I mean? We set to a goal, we wanted to reach it. So now there's no excuses. Anything besides what we want, and the goal is a failure. So that's kind of a little bit of insight what I said, but with a lot more choice words if I may have to ask.
All right, Chance. We're not going to get into that, so I'm going to throw the question at you. You hit that go-ahead three-pointer with 1:17 left in the game. What was going through your mind in the moment that you got the ball and you put it through the hoop? What were you thinking about when you got it?
When I got it, I was thinking about staying calm, but after I hit it, I got so hyped. I had to remember I had to play defense, man.
You forgot to go back to play defense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, at first.
I guess Coach would have had another clipboard and some more choice words, eh? So, as far as watching your coach, okay, I didn't put this on there. This is off the cuff. As far as watching your coach, how do you guys relate to him? How do you guys buy into what he's doing? And, he never gave up on you guys. How do you guys buy into that young man?
We've been with him so long, so most of the stuff we do, we're pretty used to it. So once he gets rowdy, we just know we got to go out there and play harder. It's going to get worse.
Nice. And, Coach, like I said, you brought back that Blue Jacket defense. Your team showed incredible resilience and that defensive pressure in those final minutes. What do you give credit, besides throwing a clipboard and some choice words, okay, to you guys coming around, to turning this game around with like 5 minutes to go?
Man, the seniors. Literally the seniors. Like it was nothing. It was really not a whole lot that I said, a lot that I changed. It was them, the looks on their eyes, them telling each other that we're not losing this game, them kind of going back and forth with each other about some things, letting them internally fix it and figure it out. Like I said, there was two of those timeouts that I think we called where I didn't say too much of anything. I just kind of watched them and let them. And I was just so proud of seeing that they've grown up to be the guys that I'm expecting to be the leaders that they need. Because at the end of the day, Coach, I wasn't on the floor playing. If I was on the floor playing, we would have never lost. So I can't really say we wouldn't have been in that position at all. You know what I mean? So that's just me. But it's a testament and a shout out to these kids for overcoming so much. Just it's been a rough, long 4.5 years with these boys. I don't want people to think it's been easy, but to see them really, really stand up for each other. Like I said, I was thinking about going to play zone a little more, and they were like, "Nah, we're playing man, Coach. Nah, we ain't doing all that. Everybody got a guard. If you get scored on, you're coming out." And everybody just kept saying, "Well, it ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be me." So I think that kind of helped.
Well, Chance, can the man play defense if he got to play, or you guys would have been lost with him out there?
Yeah, he can play defense.
Hey,
So,
Coach DeMasi, I'm going up, so I ain't gonna have to play too much.
All right, Chance. If you're just tuning in, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We're talking to the head coach from the state championship Savannah High Blue Jackets basketball team this year, Coach George Brown, and of course the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic and the MVP from the game, Chance Hendricks. Well, you finished with 17 points and 8 rebounds. How did you step up and lead the team when it mattered the most? And, everybody was looking for Makai and everybody was looking for Javante, but you came out of nowhere and say, you know what, this is my game, I'm going to do it. So what made you take that lead step there?
I just had to stay calm. I'm really made for the big moments, if you ask me. I've been doing it all season. But other than that, I just had to stay calm and shoot shots how I shoot them in practice, man. It's nothing I'm not used to.
And when you released that 3-point, did you know it was in?
Yes, for sure that.
Yeah, shooters know when it's going in. They know it's right there in the hole. So, clutch shot right there. Now, Coach, you spoke about overcoming adversity and proving the doubters wrong. I can't believe I do believe it. That's the way people are around this community.
Right.
So what does this championship mean for the Savannah High program and the community, which you guys had a big pep rally today, and you can tell us how that went too.
Yeah, it was smooth. Like I said, it wasn't a pep rally where we invited everybody. I think it was more so of an internal thing. Like I said, I wish we're still working on some things, and Coach DeMasi, I'll make sure you're there. We're still working on some things to make sure we honor these boys. But it's just a testament to our guys, man. Our guys are prominent figures in our community. It's not like they're kids that just go play basketball then go home. Nope, they're at that same Dollar Tree. They're at that same grocery store across the street. Like, they're very, very community based kids. So that's one thing that I like. They're obviously well known around Savannah. And like I said, it's just good to see that these guys, the pride is back where I think it really, really belongs, because Tim Jordan has raised a bunch of incredibly talented young athletes. So I'm just trying to do the same. I'm trying to just make sure these boys are in situations of understanding that it's bigger than the game of basketball, and you guys are affecting more lives than just yours. Like now, like I said, everybody's been blowing them up. Like I said, I know their phones are going crazy because of the way social media is, and we don't get enough credit for not having a lot of bad things to say about Savannah High basketball. One thing that Coach Jordan has had a pretty good reputation of is just keeping a pretty clean program. Not a whole lot of other stuff going on. But when it comes to our school, man, it's drugged through the mud for various reasons, which we understand, man. But we want to just make sure we're shining a lot of spotlight on all the positive stuff, because those boys worked hard. 27-5 is a crazy thing, and they've had 3 20-win seasons since they've been in high school. They only lost 1 year, and that was when they were freshmen. They were 8-15, but since then it's been Sweet 16. Elite Eight, like I said, I mean Sweet 16, Final Four to state championship, man. That's just a testament to the boys in the grind, man. Embracing the process is still a real thing, and a lot of kids nowadays just try to skip it, but you can be successful just embracing it too. That's what all the old guys used to do. At least from what I was raised and how I thought.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty special. And Chance, you guys, like I said, were trailing most of the game. I could give you the exact 7:01 to go in the game was the last time in the first quarter. In the second quarter was the last time you had the lead, and then 117 when you drained that three-pointer. What kept you and your teammates believing that you guys can come back and do this? When as Coach said, probably a lot of people were doubting you guys had a chance at that 5-minute mark.
We go through a lot of situationals in practice, so it's not nothing we're not used to. We always go over situationals. So everybody, we just got to stay calm in the big moments and play how we play.
Nice. All right, Coach. So Savannah High winning its first title since 1998, 27 years. How does it feel to bring a championship back to the program that is legendary, 13 state championships after so many years?
Well, the biggest feat to me is now letting everybody know, if you don't understand how prominent Savannah is in basketball, we lead the state in state championships. Like, that's a very, very crazy feat. You know what I mean? There's a lot of other successful basketball programs. There's a lot of dynasties in Georgia, you know what I mean? Just like there are in other states. But it just goes to show you that the work that's been put in, from everybody that played basketball before them, before me, the alumni, it just shows that everything it's special at the high. You know what I mean? If you really embrace the process, man, you can be one of the greater teams and one of the best teams. And the best part about it is, man, I don't think people really understand what we're really getting started to do. It's not just about to be we won with these 11 seniors. We also have been practicing our younger guys against the best team in the state all year. So I think that's going to play into a big, big factor for us. Like I said, people are going to be shocked when we make a pretty prominent run next year, but I'm not going to be at all. So I'm just thankful for what these kids have mean and done to the program, because just me as a coach, it takes more than me to just put the program back where I think it needs to be. You know what I mean? It takes players. It takes guys that's invested in everything that you're trying to do for them and be to the program. Because truth be told, out of the 11 seniors, 9 or 10 of them could have been somewhere else starting and playing prominent roles for other programs. So it just goes to show you, man, that you don't have to be selfish. Shows our community and our boys that you can do a lot more and conquer a lot more when you're together than you're apart. So just trying to teach some life lessons to these guys, and just hope it spreads throughout the community and not just us. Just trying to make an impact.
Nice. And Chance, winning the MVP, bringing the ship back to the SAV, back to the seaport is a huge achievement, something that is expected. I know, Coach, You were down there for a little year, but we haven't won in a long time. But expected that Savannah High or a team from Savannah always makes a big run. So what does this moment mean to you personally, winning the MVP and bringing that team, being part of that team that brought the ship back to the SAV?
To me, man, it means everything to me personally, because last year I couldn't play when we got in the playoffs position. And it means a lot to me, man, because I played with my boys since 7th grade. We was in middle school. We all did this together. That's why it means the most to me.
All right, if you could give us the experience of playing or being watched by the legendary Tim Jordan, what's that like, Chance?
It's pretty cool, man. Coach J, man, you better not do wrong in front of him. That's all I got to say.
So, I know it's like your grandpa watching over you, right?
Yes, sir.
So, well, Chance, what a performance, what a moment for you. You stepped up in the biggest game of your career and helped deliver a state championship back to the High. It's been great hearing about your journey and what the championship means to you and your teammates. Best of luck in what's ahead. And once again, thanks for coming on. And to Coach, I mean, I can't tell you enough. I've loved watching you grow. I love what you're doing with this program. It's an incredible championship. And I believe, knowing you, how calm you are, I know you don't really let on to it, but you knew your team had it in you, hitting them to come back, and you fought back. They showed resilience. They fought adversity. And who cares about the naysayers? I call them nunions. They have no, as we say in Italian, goyans to get out there and show what they got, but they just like to say everything in the stands. And we're proud of you. Savannah's proud of you. And enjoy that parade on Monday. Chance, you going to be ready for that big parade?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, but once again, great job, guys. Appreciate you coming on. And I'll always say it, go High.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you, Kurt.
Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you. I mean, what more do you want me to say? I mean, Coach Brown is a man. He believes in his boys. I mean, he's 30 years old, but you know what? He's got that father figure. He knows how to guide these guys in the right direction. And, if you would have told me, or anybody else that they were down 12 with 5 to go, they were going to win it, you have to be, kind of crazy like me, because I knew once they picked up that intensity, it was just something special. So congratulations to the 2024-25 Georgia High School State Association Class A D2 champions, the Savannah High Blue Jackets. Well, we're going to go a little further into this because this man is the voice of Georgia high school basketball. He's been breathing it. He's been living it he doesn't want to tell you, he's been doing it for 10 years, but he's probably been breathing it for about 15 to 20 years. And, his hard work, his fruits of labor has come to fruition. And, he's one of the leading experts on what's going on here. We're going to get the insight on what happened at the state championships, not only with just Savannah High, with the other Savannah area schools. And that's, of course, the man himself from SandySpiels.com, Kyle Stanley. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Coach, I got to take Coach Kyle, you are like a coach. Your wife's a coach. So I'll be back in 3 minutes to throw those questions at you. So stay tuned. We got more basketball, more Savannah basketball to talk about. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day. Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary Day School, it is so good to say we are One school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ at Calvary Day School. We would consider it a privilege to meet with you and your family personally. Call Alicia Bain, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299. Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian
Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Weatherington at the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Okay, fans, I'm back. Sorry, I was putting up my new post, but welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I know, Kyle, I'm dribbling, double dribbling, and I'm walking and everything here, but I made a special post for my man right here on Twitter. So for some reason, I didn't download it. So that was what I was doing during the break, because I'm the host, I'm a one-man producer, I'm the editor. But check it out on Twitter, because my next guest, like I said, he's the man that knows everything about high school basketball here in the state of Georgia. He's been doing it for 10 years now, and he's still a young pup. But we're going to get his thoughts on Savannah High's incredible state title run, Chance Hendricks' big-time performance, and how Savannah team stacked up against the rest of Georgia teams. So joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, not the husband hot seat, the man himself, Kyle Sandy. What's up, brother? How's it going?
Hey, Coach, it's great to hear from you. All is well over here. I hope, I don't hope. I already know everything's going great in Savannah. I hear you got a parade coming up, so that's pretty exciting.
Well, we got some people checking in. I keep on forgetting, because I also got to check my comments box here. So sorry, Lawrence. Lawrence, congratulations to Coach Brown, and what a great season, Chance. Well done. Then here's something interesting. His wife's father was on the 1947 Savannah High championship team. That's pretty special, don't you think so?
Yeah, that's amazing. That's a storied history, tradition of winning championships, and amazing to see the Blue Jackets get another one.
And of course, local coach checking in over at Savannah Christian, baseball coach David Kelly. Good evening, David. Always love it when you check in and you say hello. I know I owe you a phone call. I got to give you my phone number. We'll get together and we'll get that done. So anyway, the 2024-25 season's in the books, but I know you're still going with your showcases and everything else that's going on. And I know I want you to plug that before we end here, but it was just unbelievable. You covered high school basketball now for over a decade. Have you ever seen, or have you seen Savannah area teams how have you seen the Savannah area teams evolve and make their mark on this state level, which they've been doing for a long time? But you've seen it grow the last 10 years.
Yeah, Coach, you just said they've been doing it for a long time. It just feels like once you get to late February and early March, that's when you see Savannah teams really find their willpower to make deep runs. And you could throw everything else out the window. Even like last year, Johnson maybe didn't have a spectacular season, but there they were playing for a state title. And then Savannah this year was a front runner pretty much all season long in that classification. And they cranked it up. They cranked it up the last 3 minutes and 31 seconds of that fourth quarter against MCA to get the championship. So it just feels like every single year, even on the girls' side as well, you can always count on at least one team from the Savannah area to make a deep run and to possibly make it to Macon.
Well, I know you like going around the state and covering games. So what was your experience this year coming down to the SAV?
Man, it was a great year just seeing basketball all over the map. And I had a sneaking suspicion that, I might be able to see Savannah on the big stage in Macon. And I was able to see some other teams that weren't able to make it all the way to the Centerplex. But I got to see Calvary Day numerous times. They played in one of my events on the boys' side. They had a great season, just kind of hate that injuries kind of derailed them later on in the year. But Calvary Day girls had a great season and just a lot of teams in that area. How about the Jenkins girls? I'd be remiss if I did not mention them making it to the Final Four. And I'm very honored to be hosting. Maybe like 7 or 8 of their girls are coming to my spring showcase camp this Sunday at Dawson County High School. So I'll be able to evaluate them and see them in person. That's one of the hottest programs in the state right now as far as the girls' side goes. So just a great year of basketball all around, and just so many different terrific schools in the Savannah area to pull from, to choose from, to see great ball.
Yeah, Jenkins, that was a heartbreaker. And, and I'm not talking bad here, but I was watching it on the NFHS network, okay? The semifinals, because it wasn't on Georgia Public Broadcast System yet. And they didn't start the clicker. They didn't start the ticker on the screen. So the girl, they throw the ball in, the clock never starts, and she hits the shot to win from Cherokee Bluff, who won the state championship. Okay, but I had a friend send me the actual view right from behind the scorer's table, where you see she touched the ball, the clock started, and I mean, with 1.5 seconds, she I hope she called bank on that one, because she banked it off the backboard. I mean, it was just special. And to lose by 1 point to a team that wins the state championship, you girls are pretty good, and they played their hearts out.
Yeah, they had a tremendous season, and they were kind of climbing that hill the entire season, struggling to knock off Calvary Day, and then when they really needed to, they did, and they got that great seed, and then they just were taking down all these teams from my area, taking down Jefferson, toppling some more teams from that northeast Georgia part of the state, and then running into Cherokee Bluff as well, and a heartbreaker. And like you mentioned, the NFHS network, that's always a tricky part when you're watching.
Yeah.
Doesn't have, if you notice, it has like 3 seconds, but 3 seconds is very much different than 3.8 seconds on the clock. But nonetheless, a great run that the Warriors made, and they have really planted their flag and cemented themselves as a team to really keep an eye on moving forward. So that's super exciting over there for the Warriors of Jenkins.
Yeah, being the old coach, I'm in my chair screaming, start the clock. And then I realized it's the wrong clock I should be screaming at. So, but anyway, that's another story. So, all right. So Savannah High pulls off an incredible comeback, down 12 points with 5 minutes and 3 seconds to go in that championship game, playing McIntosh County for the 4th time. What stood most out about their performance, especially in those final 5 minutes for you?
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Savannah, they looked dead in the water. They had just no flow going on in that game. MCA was able to hold on and maintain that lead. And then Deshaun Davis, a great shot blocker, fouls out at the 3:31 mark. And you would think, well, darn, we're down 50-40. Our great shot blocker just fouls out. We've been battling foul trouble pretty much all game with all our star players. Are we going to just let it sink, or are we going to go all out and lay it all out on the line? And Coach Brown's team did just that. They went to that full court press. They went small. They were aggressive. You saw Chance Hendricks have some key shots that I'm sure we'll talk about soon. He was just fantastic. Makai Joyner, after a slow first half, really got aggressive, forcing the issue, getting downhill, getting to the basket, making plays that way. And you got some guys that really stepped up off the bench, like Stephon Fox. He had a great game off the bench, providing some points inside. And to be able to finish a game that was, we just said 50-40, and then you go on and win 58-52, that tells me that is a 18-2 run maybe to end the game, which is
Yes,
just
sir.
incredible. And that kind of sums up what we saw in Macon this week. Just amazing games left and right. And Savannah was one of those ones that really kind of set the tone for us.
I mean, you're right. It was crazy. It was one of those games. And talking about Chance Hendricks, delivered a clutch 3-pointer in the championship game. For what you've seen, what makes somebody like him a special player on a team, like you said, that has a lot of special seniors players that are stars?
Yeah, they've been through the wars. When you're a senior or you're an upperclassman in general, You've been through the wars. You have those battle scars. Anytime you don't win a state title, that makes you even hungrier and hungrier to get over the mountaintop. And considering they took that deep run to the Final Four last year, they knew what it took to get there. But what's it take to get to the top of the mountain? And to be a special player like Hendricks, you got to be willing to take big shots and make big shots. And uh, when you're seeing that maybe your other star players aren't having their best game, someone has to stand out and step up. And that's exactly what Chance did. He hit 4 threes in that game. He really sparked that initial run with a big corner three, and then they got a steal from Jermonte Brown and a layup that really continued to get momentum. And then from there, it just really, really snowballed. And MCA was just left looking around like, what, we had this game won, but the Blue Jackets came out and stung them. And that's just, again, when you have all those veterans on your roster, when they know it could be their last time ever playing with all their friends, everyone can go on to college, but not everybody actually does do that. But it's a special group when it's your last time playing with those other seniors and those underclassmen as well. And I think they really pulled from that, and that's what really helped Savannah win that state title.
We talked about it, Savannah, not just Savannah High, but the Savannah area has a rich history of basketball talent. Everybody says Georgia football is king, but you come to Savannah, Georgia, the basketball, the round ball is king. But you have multiple programs competing at high levels. Windsor Forest this year, Calvary, Johnson. How do you see the area's talent stacking up against the rest of the state? Because down here, we say in Savannah that the state championship has to come through Savannah before it gets to Atlanta or Macon. So how do you see that?
Yeah, and that's a good point. And now maybe from a year-to-year basis, like Savannah doesn't have those 4- and 5-star individual prospects that are going to those high major Division I schools, but they're still producing great talent every single year, whether it's a D1 school or a D2 or a D3 or a junior college. But what really matters is that culture of toughness and winning and what it means to have pride playing for your city. I know there's a lot of great schools in the area, but you go to any single one of those gyms and it's packed out with hometown supporters. And it's super tough for these teams that go on the road that have to draw a Windsor Forest or a Johnson Savannah or a Savannah or a Jenkins, any of these great programs throughout the years of Calvary Day. And like, oh, dang, we're going to have to not only drive 3 hours, but we're going to have to drive 3 hours to a packed out gym where everybody in the crowd knows ball. They know to support their team. And it's just tough environment. So it just feels like every single year, even if they don't have, like I said, those individual superstar players, the cohesion, the coaching, and just the overall environment and the community supporting these programs really lifts them to a higher level.
All right. Well, congratulations. You're celebrating 10 years of SandySpiels.com. What has been the most rewarding part of covering Georgia high school basketball, boys and girls? And what's next for you and your platform? Where are you going to take it? You got some of these other schools now going into the Georgia Independent Athletic Association. You might have to get some help there and spread those wings there, buddy.
I know. I need to start employing you, Mr. DeMasi. I need some help over here. It is so hard doing GHSA, not just boys, but girls as well. But gosh, yeah, it's been quite the 10-year journey, quite the run. And it's just been really gratifying just seeing these programs grow, and just so cool trying to track the ebbs and flows. Like, you're not necessarily supposed to win 25 games every single year. There's supposed to be some dips here and there. And just really seeing these student athletes go on to do great things in college and the next level. And it's not even necessarily just basketball, just being able to look and see someone maybe coming back and coaching at their old high school where they're graduated at. And geez, that just reminds me how old I am now. Like, oh yeah, I was covering you when you were a freshman 10 years ago, and now you're back. And some of these players I'm sure that I'm covering in the next couple of years, once they're graduating, we're probably going to see these guys on the sidelines as high school head coaches and maybe even college coaches. So it's just so cool to see these student athletes grow up, and just being able to be along their journey and play a really small role in trying to promote them and support them any way I can. That's probably been the most exciting and the coolest thing over these 10 years.
Yeah, it really comes full circle. Dennis Knight tells me he runs into guys that, or young high school. Well, they were young when he was out in California with the, what was it? The San Jose Mercury News. It goes full circle. A funny story is now I'm helping out at St. Vincent's Academy. A freshman girl there her mother was my point guard in 1995 when I came here and I started working here in Savannah. So, I mean, it's unique. So, but just a great avenue. So go ahead, plug what you got coming up, what you're going to be doing. I know you're going to take a little break soon, but you got some camps and stuff going on?
Yeah, this Sunday actually. I've been so swamped with trying to get prepared for that. Pretty much a sellout on the boys and the girls side, but the Sandy Spiel Spring Showcase, March 16th at Dawson County High School. Really excited to put it on, inviting college coaches from all over the Southeast. Hopefully we get a good smattering of them to show up and support all these great athletes that we have coming. And it's really cool. We have players coming from the Savannah area, as I mentioned. Jenkins girls are well represented. We have players from like Effingham County. We got girls, boys from North Georgia, Middle Georgia. So they come from all over, and it's just an opportunity to get some skill and drill work done because travel ball obviously starts earlier and earlier each year. So why not
Yep.
get some more reps in, get a player evaluation by me. We'll have photographers there, videographers there. I already said hoping for some college coaches, and just a great opportunity to get out of your comfort zone and try and to improve your game before we move on into the travel ball season. So looking forward to a full house at Dawson County High School. More information available on Twitter at KyleSandy355 and, of course, sandyspiel.com.
Yeah, go on to Twitter. I put up a brand new image of you, in that nice, I guess is sort of like a bluish purple outfit with the bow tie, but I got the logo behind it with the basketball behind it. I think you'll like it.
Oh, I cannot wait to see it. I am so pumped up. You treat me so well, Coach. I love coming on with you talking about Savannah area hoops. There's nothing better.
Well, Kyle, I really do appreciate it. You never turn me down. Of course, sometimes we got to work around your busy schedule. I mean, you're inside on Savannah area, and of course, Georgia high school hoops, boys and girls, not just the boys, are always spot on. And it's amazing to see how have you grown, because I can't believe it's 10 years already. So, but all I got to say is keep on doing what you do, buddy. You do it for the kids. You do it great. And you do it. You're one of the best doing it. So you are the voice of Georgia high school basketball, buddy.
Hey, I really do appreciate that. I can't do it without people like you, coaches from all over the area, media members, players, parents. It takes a village. I can't do this by myself. So I really want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to everybody in the Georgia high school basketball community.
Well, thank you, because you do a great job.
Thank you, sir.
All right, go put those camps together. I'll talk to you later.
All right, we'll see you.
But remember, you got to make the wife happy too.
That is my game plan. I'm representing right now Jackson County Lady Panthers. So however I can support her, I do the best I can.
Talk to you later, Kyle.
See ya.
I mean, just a great guy. I mean, I can't believe it's 10 years already. I first started talking to him about high school basketball. And what amazes me, he knows these kids' names in and out without even meeting them, which is something special because he takes so much pride in getting to know who these kids are, what they're about. And it's not just boys, it's girls too. It's just a great avenue. If you want to get the news about Georgia high school basketball, go to sandyspiels.com, Sandy, Sandys, Spiel, Spiel.com, and check it out because the guy does a great job. All right, on that note, Carl's Corner. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I hope you know what I'm talking about. It's March Madness. There is no other sport or no other level of athletics that is true competition. One win, you stay in, one win, you go home. We're finishing up the tournaments, the conference tournaments now. We get into March Madness. That first week with all those games, that first weekend, I mean, it's something special. You got to love March Madness, and that's the best time of year for me because, you got so many games going on. You got so many games you can watch, and with the internet, the TV, I mean, your phone, I mean, you name it, you can watch it everywhere. March Madness is something special, so make sure you check it out, root for your team, and, I'm a New York boy. Got to root for my man, Rick Pitino, in the St. John's Redmen. Oh, Coach, that's not appropriate. There'll always be the St. John's Redmen in my book, the St. John's Red Storm, okay? And just so you know, I've said this probably 50 times since I've been on the radio, been on the internets, okay? How did St. John's get their nickname, the Redmen? It was not after Indians. It was not after the Native Americans. They showed up at a football game dressed in all red. Red jerseys, red pants, as they called them, red hose, Sox, okay? And they were known as the St. John's Redmen. And of course, they adopted the mascot, a chief, an Indian, and it only went from one thing from there to another. They'll always be the St. John's Redmen. That's all I got to say. And Rick Pitino, I watched him on Long Island, New York, when he coached at St. Dominic's, and he went to Providence, and he's been all over the place. The man doesn't come in with the most talent when he takes over these jobs. But you know what? When he finishes, you know that they're one of the best teams in the nation. So you got to love it. We got more people checking in. Lawrence Bennett again. We talked about Savannah High winning all those championships. Well, his wife, Kim, her father was on the 47 championship team with Mayor Rusakis. Okay, back there in the 47 Blue Jackets team. So, and then we got Dennis Kessler checking in. Dennis, you're the man, the number one fan. I'm glad that you got to check in. Miss you. I know it's not on Saturday mornings anymore, but you know what? I still appreciate you checking in, saying that you follow the show. I really do. And go Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles, brother. I love you. All right. And of course, David Kelly back on here. Chris Bolin was a beast. I met Chris Bolin a number of times hanging out in local watering holes, as we call them down here. Okay. Local establishments up there in Far Rockaway, New York, and East Rockaway, New York, and Queens. Yeah. So, and then once again, Dennis, I'm in the house. You always have a great show. I appreciate it, Dennis. Calvary doing very good in baseball. That's right. Hey, I'm glad you said that. Coach Philip Lee got his 200th win last night. I watched Philip Lee play high school baseball. I watched him coach my son too. So on that note, I'm glad you can tune in, whether it's been 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I know the average person only listens to about 5 minutes of talk sports talk radio, or whatever it is, but I'm glad you could do it. And once again, whatever you're doing, please say a prayer for what's going on in this crazy world. And hopefully it's going to get straightened out sooner than later. Whatever you may be doing today or tomorrow, always hit it at the park. And again, until I speak to you next week, I will tell you this. Next week, the coach will be off air. That's right. He's going on a little vacation with his wife for the first time in I don't know how many years. So there will be no show next Wednesday night. Maybe I'll try to put together before I leave a best of, but I won't be live. I'll be enjoying myself with my wife on a vacation. I think this is the first time in I don't know how long, 25, 30 years. Well, no, let's see. Probably longer than that. Probably 35 years that it's just my wife and I going on a vacation without kids, without grandkids. And, I'm going to love it. So until I speak to you in about 2 weeks, okay, maybe best 2 weeks ever. Talk to you later. As I say every week, God bless. Peace out. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you then. I'll talk to you then.